2008. So until then, the party will simply have to grit its teeth.
The party reacted very angrily to Royal's absence, and it certainly was hard to understand. How can you fight for power if you undermine the authority of the party council?
Royal has promised that the political won't get personal, but the split from Hollande seems to foreshadow what might prove to be a long and bitter struggle for control of the Socialist Party.
For the second year running, Moscow has been named in a survey as the most expensive city on the planet in which to live. 12% dearer than London and 25% dearer than New York. New skyscraper developments dwarf the brutalist structures of Stalin's era amid tales of corruption and of poor people being cheated out of their apartments in the rush to build more and bigger. And the cost of living is even higher than the new tower blocks.
Construction is almost finished on the Federation Tower, 250 meters above the city of Moscow. In a building next to the skyscraper, German architect Dirk Pressler meets the Turkish builders who will be doing the interior work. Pressler has been working for an architectural firm specializing in office space for the past 3 years. Moscow is currently experiencing a building boom. Rents in the Russian capital are still among the highest in the world.
The theory is that with time the market will slow down, but at the moment office spaces like this one in Moscow's International Business Center are really sought after, so they don't exactly come cheap.
Moscow International Business Center is just one of Pressler's many building sites. He's constantly running from one meeting to the next, or at least he tries to. The boom is its own worst enemy. Stuck in traffic behind Lenin, Pressler explains that some 400 new cars are hitting the streets of Moscow every day.
It's a nightmare. Every day is like this. It's hardly worth using a car at all, and I have to ask myself how the city's going to cope with this in the future.
A few architects and designers have decided to move into a renovated factory in the city center. German furniture dealer Udo Rempfer is doing well here. Sharing a native language makes it easier for Pressler and Rempfer to do business together. Pressler also says that their business is successful because Russian clients currently have a taste for designer furniture and don't mind paying for it.
Russians are inclined to be a bit showy. It started with trendy cars, then cool interior design, flashy houses, and now it's spread to offices too. And with the building boom going on at the moment, business here is good.
Time to take a break at a cafe. Coffee is becoming ever more popular in Russia, but also more expensive. A cappuccino can cost up to €7 and a double espresso €5. But consumers can afford it. Moscow has more millionaires than any other city in the world. Prices are going through the roof, even though there's still a great deal of poverty here. Dirk Pressler loves to cook, and he can find all the ingredients he needs at Moscow's Central Market. But it's only the local produce that comes cheap, like pickles. Pressler says foreigners are always charged a bit more than locals, especially for things like imported cherries. This bundle costs €13. He thinks that's too much and asks the fruit seller if they're more expensive because he's a foreigner. She says, no, they're expensive because of the transport costs. After all, cherries aren't milk.
To be honest, I usually send a Russian to do my shopping for me.
廣告就層出不窮。